Hello YouTube, N60 Fortress here, I'm back. Thanks for tuning in again as always, it's very much appreciated. I've just touched down in Kidderminster. I'm going to check out the CEX. Don't really know what I'm looking for really. Might treat myself to a PS5 game with the remaining bit of voucher I've got. But yeah, I'm just going to look for something that we haven't got really for the collection, and we'll keep an eye out for some PS3 Essentials, either for my collection, which is very unlikely, or for fellow collectors who I can help out, other tubers and so on, and try and help some people out on this journey. So let's go. Borderlands 4, £58 second hand. Never played a Borderlands game before? If you have, let me know what they're like. Mafia: The Old Country. Let me know your thoughts on that game. It really intrigues me. It's one that I'll get round to eventually, but I've got some games that I need to complete before that, so it doesn't make sense to pick it up yet. Well, that was a complete waste of time, almost. So unfortunately I didn't pick anything up. I'm at that sort of stage in my collection journey now, certainly for Essentials and PS4 hits, where me finding games out in the wild in CEX is going to be fewer and far between and a lot more difficult. But with that being said, I was also looking for PS3 Essentials, like I alluded to, certainly the sort of lower end ones, to try and help out a fellow tuber. In particular, Virtua Father. He shouted me out enough times now, it's about time I return the favour. So go and check out Virtua Father if you're interested in retro gaming in general. Check out his Retro 180, but in particular PS3 Essentials. He's on that sort of journey as well, trying to collect PS3 Essential games and hopefully head towards the full set as well. Lovely guy, lovely bloke, and yeah, just nice little channel. Go and check him out. Unfortunately, there was no games there. They slim pickings. They had, I think, Skate 3, which is like in every CX. It's not a difficult one, and yeah, not much else on the Essentials front. But I'll keep an eye out for you, mate. If I see any more, I'll either send them to you for free or just cover postage or whatever. Nice and easy deal, really, just to help fellow YouTube community out. And yeah, he did buy some games off me when I had that big bundle and had some spares, so appreciate that. It helped me get some games gone and lower the burden of having spares, because I hate being sat on spares. But yeah, unfortunately no games picked up from CEX, but I did trade games in. So you might remember from a previous vlog, I had the Dreamcast games, the PS3 games with the incorrect cases, etc., wrong discs. And then I had the FIFA games, FIFA 17, which traded in for £3, plus FIFA 19, which actually trades in for 13. I think they sell it for 20. Must be quite an uncommon PS3 title. So that's 13 plus 3, plus the 19 worth of trade for the other games. That takes us to 35, I believe, if my maths is on point. So 35 voucher now, and I also had about £17 worth of voucher left. So I've got the best part, £50 just over, in vouchers now, which has got a expiry date that doesn't expire in my lifetime, so it's all good. That can just sit there, and hopefully somewhere down the line we'll find something that we need, or buy something with it to flip, or put it towards something that we're going to buy for the collection somewhere down the line. So it's not a bad thing to have some vouchers sat there. I mean, I'd rather not. Cash is king, like I've already alluded to on this journey before, but yeah, certainly at this stage of the journey anyway. But for now, we've got vouchers and it's all good. So I've got some pickups of the week to go through. We have made progress on this journey, but before that, I just want to show you the collection and how it's looking for now, and then we'll get into what I've picked up this week. Right, so we are getting to the business end of the Essentials library now. Ooh. Right, what have we got? Just got an absolute sea of red now. It looks pretty good, don't you think? Yeah, I like it. As the full set will go, it will complete that row entirely, and about 19 onto that row, less 4, so it'd be 15, and then we'll have to reorganise things. But yeah, pleased with how it's looking. I mean, the alternative is just you have 4 full rows and then just have a few hidden behind, but then you don't have the full set on display. But we'll worry about that when and if we ever get there, because there are some challenging ones still to go, and I have not seen a sniff of either of them, although a friend has, very, very fortunately for them, and I'll shout him out very shortly. But yeah, looking pretty good, don't you think? And really happy with how it's all coming together, and just my sort of place where I have downtime and just relax and escape everything that's going on in the world, and just have a bit of time to myself and enjoy these for what they are. Now, I do try and play games, you know, I am a gamer as well. I don't just collect games, I very much like playing games. So yeah, I do like to get my teeth stuck into them where I can. I'm loving the look of this FIFA section now, with 2 of the really difficult FIFA games there, 17 and 18. Sadly, and you'd never expect it to be this way, there's still a FIFA game missing. FIFA 12. Quite a difficult one. I don't think it got an English release, so still going to have to get round to that at some point and get that FIFA subset put behind me. I don't think FIFA 12 will be many people's last FIFA game in the full Essentials set, so that's something to laugh at, really. But yeah, let's put you on the tripod then, and we'll get into the pickups for this week and talk about that big discovery, because you're probably wondering what it is if it's not come from CEX. So yeah, let's get into it. Right then guys, before we get into the pickups for this week, I've just got a few special mentions and shout outs to 2 people that have been really supportive to me, really helpful, invaluable. And the first is Hassan. He lives in Spain. He's German, I believe, but he lives in Spain. Forgive me if I got that wrong, but I believe that's the case. And he commented as recently as on my last week's vlog, just saying, I live in Spain, let me know if I can help you. I sort of jumped at the opportunity, because the more connections you make on the journey, the better. And having somebody in Spain is just a useful resource for me. Obviously, I know people in Belgium and Germany. Don't want to keep bugging the same people, but also things might come up in Spain on marketplaces that can't be got at from those other countries. So it just made sense to reach out, and we quickly moved over to WhatsApp. And Hassan's been an absolute comrade, a real nice, helpful fellow collector, and we've actually bought about 10 games or so, I believe, in that short space of time. Games that I need, and also games that I've already got, but we've uncovered that English versions existed. So yeah, he hasn't even asked for the money yet. So we've spent about €100, and he spent that out of his own money. I keep asking him if I can send the money, and he's like, no, let's wait for them all to arrive and make sure they're all good first. So what a hero, what a trooper. Thanks for that, mate. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'm happy to send you the money as soon as possible, really, because I don't want you being out of pocket, really. So yeah, massive shout out to Hassan. And yeah, we've got some games that I needed on that list, so we're ever dwindling down the list of games that I needed. But it's been a real learning curve, and this is what the big discovery is, because there are games that up until that point I just assumed English does not exist, because you don't find these games in the UK. So the first one is Dead Island. There's a Dead Island Riptide, and you can't find that in the UK anywhere. I just assumed, because I'd seen them on French marketplaces, that only European versions exist, and I'd have to get a French copy or something like that. I actually sent him the link to a French one or a Spanish one. I said, look, that'll do. That gets that game ticked off. And as far as I'm aware, an English version didn't release. He did a bit of digging around and found an English one. I'm like, wow. So for me, on this journey to try and get a full Essential set English where possible, that's one ticked off that I'd have not known for at least a lot longer yet, that an English version did exist. So massive shout out to Hassan, he found that. It's actually a great price in Spain. Things are yet to kick off over there in terms of the hype around Essentials and things like that. So it's a good opportunity to be buying from these territories, particularly if you know someone to sort of bundle everything together at cost or sort of thing, and help you on this journey, and you get things at a really good price, really. So now one of the games that I've got in a bundle with him is a game that I didn't know came out in English, and happy days, it is. And not only that, when I was searching a marketplace that he recommended to me, one that I didn't even know about, I found Max Payne 3 in English in Spain. This is just like a miraculous discovery for me, because I've never seen an English Max Payne 3 in the PS3 Essentials range. I even had it greened off on my sheet as it's not available in English, because I've never seen it, just never. Nobody has ever said to me that came out in English. I've never seen a single one across lots of marketplaces of looking at Essentials games. So that was a big discovery for me, and I'll be delighted to swap my German copy out for an English PS3 Essential game. And although it's already green on my sheet, so technically I didn't need to do it in my head, as a collector, that is very satisfying to know, okay, I have got it in English now, and it'll be one less that says, a foreign language, i.e. German, on the column of languages. So big discovery, really. So massive shout out to Hassan, really appreciate you, my friend. Thanks for all the help, and look forward to seeing how this deal progresses and bringing it to a future vlog on the channel further down the line. The next shout out I have to give is to Dan, really lovely guy. He's been really helping me on the channel with things circulating around the channel, how to sort of build the channel up, and I guess sort of the marketing side of it really is the best way to put it. He's been doing a lot of help with me on that front, and I really appreciate it, because the tools available to certain people are not available to others, and also just the skill set needed to apply those tools. So massive shout out to Dan, he's been a big help, and I really appreciate my friend, and I hope I've given something back to you, and I will continue to do so wherever I can. I've helped you out find certain games, let you have some at cost and whatnot. I've just done my best to try and give something back, and hopefully I can keep doing that. So I really appreciate what you've done for me and the channel. And yeah, the other thing, Dan recently found Ace Combat Assault Horizon, and he found an English copy, like English language, and sealed. So that's one that I had greened off on my sheet as it just didn't come out in English. But yeah, I've had to change it to orange now, because that's another game that got an English version of it, and it's proving quite difficult to find. I think we found another one in the Czech Republic or Slovakia, one of the two, and they only post to Slovakia or Czech Republic. So it's just another one that's going to be difficult to get hold of. And if you use a third-party shipping service, it's just expensive again for a game that you've already got. And well, he found one in the UK, so they are over here. They're just obviously quite rare, so as a fussy person like me, it's just like, it's on my to-do list. It's orange on the sheet now, and in making some progress with the ones that I've just previously spoken about with Hassan, I'm now one step back with Ace Combat, but this is all part of the journey, and it's all part of being fussy. And if you want English, you're going to have to expect things like this to happen. But I'm surprised that this is happening, because these sort of things, to my knowledge at least, are not in the public domain. Nobody I've spoken to who collects Essentials know this yet. And, you know, feel free to comment away saying, yeah, I knew that, you know, that's not new information. And if that's the case, fair enough. But to my knowledge, it's not in the public domain at the moment. There's no sheet out there that definitively says that got an English release. So it is my intention to get English where possible, and at least then I'll have a sheet that confirms every English version of the PS3 Essentials titles that exist, to the best of my knowledge. Obviously, I don't know everything, but to the best of my knowledge, and that's what it's going to be. So yeah, I've just been rambling on long enough now. So yeah, massive shout out to Dan, massive shout out to Hassan, and without further ado then, let's just get through the pickups for this week. First of all, I got this Medieval Moves. Let me know if you've got any comments on any of these games, by the way, as usual. Let me know what's good. I had this in the bundle off Dan, you know, the big huge Essentials pickup that we did, but unfortunately it was standard disc, and people informed me that this did come with an Essentials disc. It's really misleading, because a lot of these only on PlayStation titles, they did have standard discs in them. Like, I've talked about it enough times. The Little Big Planet karting, Start the Party and so on, Sports Champions. But then versions are out there with Essentials discs. So we are of the mindset now that there was multiple print runs. First of all, they'd have the facelift box Essentials, and then they'd stuff standard discs in just to get rid of the old stock. And then eventually down the line, if they sold more, they'd make ones with Essentials discs. Unfortunately, this was sealed, but it wasn't an official PS3 seal. So sometimes it's misleading whether that's a reseal or not. So I'm more than happy to open those up. And I basically bought this from somebody who'd bought from that supplier as well. They'd opened it up and said that they had a red disc. So I bought from the same supplier, £5, nothing. Opened it up. Lovely, complete and red disc. And it is brand new, so can't go wrong with, well, it's about £5 or £6 delivered on eBay. They still have more in stock if you're interested, so you can't go wrong for a brand new sealed game for £6, and it's got the Essentials disc. I actually sold the copy with the standard disc for pretty much what I paid for it on Vinted as well, so I got most of the money back. So happy days. And that's another one ticked off, another one on the sheet that now fully green, no issues, and that can now take pride of place on the shelf with no issues whatsoever. Next up, Ninja Gaiden 3. I've not seen this game anywhere. I have searched across many marketplaces for this game. I've not managed to find it anywhere. And this one is brand new and sealed. Official PS3 seal. It's very English. And this was just sat on Facebook Marketplace. It was on there for £50. I messaged him a couple of months ago now. I don't really regularly sweep Marketplace. I know it can be fruitful for bargains and stuff like that. But with patience, of course. But I messaged him and he wouldn't move on the £50. So I let it be. I thought, you know, I'll find one in Europe for cheaper. And then I just couldn't find one at all for like at least a month. I couldn't even see a foreign copy, never mind an English one. And so yeah, I messaged him back and said, look, have you still got this? He said, yeah. And I said, all right, I'll take it. Thinking, okay, I'll take it for £50, probably plus post, plus charges. He was like, yeah, let's just call it 45 all in. So I was like, okay, so you're knocking a £5 off and you're posting it for that. So really, he's only going to get about 40 quid for it at best. So I paid the 45, but I paid PayPal goods because I don't know the guy. I don't want him to just keep my money. So it ended up costing about £46 something, 46.50 at the most. And yeah, he sent it and it arrived next day. And yeah, delighted to tick this one off because you don't see it very often. And I know it's a lot of money for a, you know, a PlayStation 3 game, but it is sealed and you don't see it very often. And obviously I run a risk that, you know, a load of new old stock get found and they're selling them for 10 quid each. But as a collector, you just have this feeling that if you don't see something for a long time, that it must be pretty rare. And, you know, I am trying to make big progress on this journey, big inroads, because I want to get as far as I can with it before the baby arrives. And pleased to tick a rare one off, really. I'm happy to pay that for one that you don't see very often. It's got the added sort of charm about it, about being brand new and sealed. So whatever rarity this game is, it's sort of heightened by the fact that it's sealed still as well. So in the longer term, as things go up in value, generally speaking, when it comes to these sort of things like retro games and so on, then hopefully that sort of holds value, if not increases, being that the case. So yeah, pleased to tick another one off. That's another one ticked off on this full set journey, and we are getting to the real business end of this journey now. Last of all, Soul Calibur 5, another brand new and sealed official PS3 seal. It's not one you see too often. I say that annoyingly. So I bought this for like 19 something, 1950 something like that. Yeah. Brand new and sealed off eBay. Pleased to tick another one off, of course. I would say that completes the Soul Calibur series, because I think there's 4 and 5. I do have 4, but it's no manual and wrong disc. That was in the bundle, so that needs to be moved on. But that can be quite expensive. But Hassan has helped me find one in Spain that's English language, Soul Calibur 4, that is, for a ridiculously good price in comparison. So yeah, stand by for that. That'll be coming to the channel in the not too distant future. But yeah, Soul Calibur 5, pleased to tick this one off. I've not actually played any of the Soul Calibur games since sort of the Dreamcast era, so let me know if you've got any comments on this. Obviously it's sealed, so it's probably not one that I'm going to open and play, unfortunately. It's just one for the collection, but the Soul Calibur 4 is very much open, so perhaps I'll give that one a go and see how I feel about how Soul Calibur games have progressed since. And yeah, just pleased to tick another one off. It's brand new and sealed, and another big bit of progress really on this journey, because I say big progress because we're getting to that stage now where games are getting harder and harder to find. You know, obviously all the common ones, they're pretty much already here. Most of the games that are on my remaining list, certainly from where I am now, a lot more difficult to find. So any sort of ticking a game off now as we sort of go onto that home straight, it's good progress to me, and big progress, because yeah, these are games that don't show up so often. But yeah, the irony of this one is it showed up and they had a load of stock listed as sealed, so I bought one of them, and then the next day an open copy went on eBay, ironically, for about half the price. But you know, if you're paying about 12 quid for an open copy, I don't mind paying an extra like 8 quid, 7.50 or whatever, and having a brand new sealed copy. It's all good. So yeah, pleased to tick another one off, and that is the progress for the week. So that's another 3 that will be added to the shelf. Obviously we got the FIFA 18 midweek as well, so delighted with that, over the moon with that, and yeah, we're making some good progress. So that's about going to do it for this week, guys. Got some nice new pickups, so let me know what you think about any of these games in the comment section. We've made the discoveries about the games that we didn't even know existed in English, and then the one Dan made of Ace Combat as well. So it's been a big wild roller coaster of a journey this week, discovering things that we didn't even know about. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this one. If you did, please whack a thumbs up. It really helps the channel out, pushes me into the algorithm and all that good stuff. Drop a comment, let me know what you think about any of these games. Have you played any of the games I picked up? Any comments at all? Can you help me on this journey? I still need help getting some other games, so let me know if you can help out with those. If you need any help, let me know. Drop a comment or get in touch on Instagram, or both. I'm more than happy to help people. I believe in giving back. It's a two-way street. I'm always there to help people as much as people help me. We all have to stick together in this community, and Hassan knows, for example, that I'm always here to help him with any UK games that he needs help with and all of that good stuff. So yeah, if you're new to the channel or a returning viewer and you're not yet subscribed, please consider doing so. We're trying to build the channel up, get more of you coming along. Can I complete the full PS3 Essentials library, English where possible? PS4 hits, which has gone a little bit quiet for now, but there's more in the pipeline regarding that. And can I complete and review all 239 UK PAL N64 games? Episode 16 is coming on Thursday. Completed and reviewed Yoshi's Story on the N64, so keep an eye out for that one. There is a lot more coming up on the channel, because like I said, I've got a lot of time off coming up. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you on the next one. Some of the videos that I've got coming up, and try and make some more interesting content for the channel. And try and make some more interesting content for the channel. If you've enjoyed this video, please whack a thumbs up.